Well, so the bad lake house, one negative is your developer sues you. So that's why we sold that property. There's a gentleman tonight, so Mr. George Salas, he's got a lot of experience with Airbnbs. Definitely check with him. So ultimately, knowing you can, like you need to know that. Look at the HOA bylaws or the community bylaws. So knowing you can, it's not passive. It's active. You can make a ton of money, but it's active. You're in hospitality business. Just like when you go to the hotel, the sheets are dirty, you're pretty mad. Unlike a long-term rental where something that's non-vital messes up, I mean, you've got time to fix that. Hospitality needs to be done now. So you've got to have the systems in place to handle that. Long-term, I always tell folks, if you're going to go into that, don't buy with that being the exclusive exit strategy, because in the case of if you were in a state that got shut down longer than others during COVID, and that was the only way you had making money on that deal, like if you didn't have any equity, you couldn't even sell. So I think that's dangerous. So I always like to say, hey, like, at least try to break even on a long-term basis, milk the short-term while you can, but also have the equity component if you need to sell. So those are a couple thoughts.
Can I say a few things on? I've got 4. Had 5. Lost 1 through a divorce. No, it's a joke, everybody laugh. My wife, Debbie, and I probably had the friendliest divorce in the history of Texas. We get along great. We've talked on and on. We're business partners now. But anyway, I've got 4. It's as Chris said, and I bet George will tell you, it's a little bit of high maintenance in this. Here's the negative side. You asked the negative side. There's a game out there that they play, the general public plays. 2 games. One is they'll book a 5-7 day stay, and day 4, they start reporting problems. Pest, something dirty, and it's all a game. They're trying to get it for free. Let's quit calling them Airbnb and VRBOs. Those are booking agencies. They're short-term rentals. VRBO and Airbnb is a booking agency. Airbnb is notorious for being pro-tenant and not pro-landlord or pro-host. They call you a host instead of a landlord. And they're going to award the free stay way more often than not when the guest complains on day 4 of a day 5 stay. It's a game. The other game they're playing is fraudulent credit cards, because remember, you're not a check-in. You're not at the hotel checking in at the front desk. They'll book and get the code to get in through a fraudulent credit card. Now they got the now they got the code to get in, and they go move in. Normally, by the time the host is on to it, they're already there, and it's a very adversarial relationship when you show up at the door to try to get them out. And I'd like to hear George's comments later if he's faced with a lot of that. We've been faced with a little bit of it. I do not self-manage. I have a management company, and I know the trouble they go through. And I pay a commission off all my bookings, and I will keep paying it, because I got to tell you something, I ain't going to deal with that. Now, you asked about the negative side. The positive side, we're making a little more money than long-term rentals. We are, okay? We're making more. But I think the properties are better taken care of, because you got a tenant coming in for 3 to 5 days, a month, sometimes 2 months, and you got a cleaning crew going often and checking on it and doing little tedious stuff and keeping it clean. I've rented to people for a year on a regular long-term rental that when I check them out at the end of a year, that place ain't been vacuumed once, okay? So our maintenance is higher on long-term rentals, in my opinion, than short-term rentals. So that's a positive. But you have to make more money, because you're now paying utility bills, you're paying internet, Wi-Fi, cable, whatever you're paying, because you got to have that. So you have to make more money because your expenses are higher.